Believe it or not, in the middle of COVID last year, the FDA approved 2 drugs to help those who are suffering with MS. And none of that could have happened without the dedication and the funding and the research provided by Race to Erase MS. And the founder of that wonderful organization, Nancy Davis, is here to talk all about it, plus the big, fabulous annual gala that is happening on June 4th. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, thank you so much.
Well, first of all, congratulations on all the money, $50 million over the years you've been able to raise to help fund research to cure MS. When the FDA approved your 22nd drug, how did that feel for you?
First of all, I can't take credit for all of them. Everybody's been involved in so many ways. We do pilot studies that end up getting FDA approval later on, but we have these brilliant doctors. We fund 7 doctors around the country who are so brilliant. And they do the pilot studies that they go on and are bought by a drug company who develops them, and then that's where they get FDA approval. But it wouldn't happen if we didn't start where we start. And so we're so grateful that we are where we are today. When I was diagnosed with MS, it was pretty bleak. I was told I should just go home and go to bed. I was a young mom with 3 kids. I was told I'd never walk again. I was terrified. So lucky that I could get second opinions at the time. And I found out that the best doctors in our country were all doing identical research. I was lucky that I could put all of these people together to work as a team. I called the Center Without Walls. So the Center Without Walls has been a really wonderful thing in that we have these great doctors working together. They can never duplicate research. They have to constantly communicate on research. So here we are today. I know so many people have been diagnosed with MS. They're really benefiting from these amazing drugs. Starting about 3 years ago, we started with B-cell therapy, getting FDA approval on those drugs, and they've just completely revolutionized the way anybody with MS is treated now. And it's amazing to see how people have gone from being completely incapacitated to now walking and living a great quality of life.
Yeah, and you said to me earlier that it's hope, right? Like, when you were diagnosed, it wasn't that way. And how much has changed over the years?
There's so much hope. And you know what? When I was diagnosed, everyone said, just go home and go to bed. And the most that you can look forward to in your life is to operate a remote control TV on your TV set. And I'm like, wow, that's not exactly what I had in my job description of life. And I had young kids. I'm like, that's not what I do. So I'm really grateful that I'm doing really well and very healthy. So lucky for that. So lucky I can do an event like this, especially because of COVID. Everybody's saying you can't do an event, there's COVID. And I'm like, yeah, I can. I can do a safe event because of COVID. And right now, COVID is all of a sudden, getting better, relaxing. We're taking advantage of that. We're going to make sure everybody's safe. We're having this great event on June the 4th, the Rose Bowl. We have Earth, Wind and Fire performing, one of my favorite bands of all times. We want everyone to come and kind of dance the night away and celebrate that we have life again and that we're getting out and that we could have events and people can just get out and be together and things we used to always do before this happened almost a year and a half ago. And so it's lovely. So I'm grateful that we're there.
Isn't that nice to have the hope of what you've been able to accomplish over the years? Now we're coming out of COVID, and now here's this great event, which is a great culmination, as you're saying, of all of these wonderful things and all this good momentum that we are going into the summer. So the event is June 4th. I know you and your family have been obviously connected in Hollywood for years, and you have a laundry list of celebrities that are coming. Of course, Earth, Wind and Fire is going to be performing. What do you hope that happens for people that attend this event on that night?
You know what? I hope everybody just figures out that it's like the roaring 20s. They get out, they have fun. They're buying tickets. They're supporting something that's so important. We're progressing in our research. There's also an Alice and Olivia fashion show. It's going to be over the top fun with the most gorgeous clothes ever. And if you buy some of the clothes, part of that goes to Race MS as well. Stacey Bennett's this amazing designer. You're going to go out. The stars are going to be out that night. You're going to dance. You're going to get over this sort of claustrophobia that we've all been suffering, and this idea that you can't get dressed up and go out. We're all going to put our nice clothes on and just have a ball and start celebrating life again. And with MS and everything, a lot of these diseases have just sort of fallen by the wayside. We've all been so focused on COVID, but you know what? It's getting better. We're getting better, and we need to go forward and take care of everything in life. And we need to live again.
Yeah, and I know the Race to Erase MS organization has raised some $50 million over the years to help fund this type of research. And I'm wondering, I mean, you've been diagnosed with MS, you've lived with it for years, you're kind of on the front end of all of this stuff. And I'm wondering, do you think that in your lifetime, with all that this organization is doing, do you think that you'll be able to find a cure?
At least 110%. I know we will. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't know that. I am so optimistic, obviously, but we've gotten so far. We have drugs now that came out starting 3 years ago. They can help 95% of people when they're first diagnosed if they take them. There's a lot of people that have different types of MS that they haven't been as helpful, but we're getting there. We have 7 doctors around the country who work so hard. We need so badly to fund this really important research. We're not there. We haven't won our race, but we're going to win our race to erase MS. We've done so much, and to see the people whose lives have been completely changed, I don't know a greater feeling that I could ever have than to see lots of these people who, some of them are really young moms. People tend to be diagnosed when they're between the ages of 20 and 40, just when they're hitting that stride in life and having their independence. And it's so sad to see what's happened to so many people who have MS. But now there's a lot of hope, and what we're doing is we're providing hope, and we're going to find a cure. That's all there is to it. We're kind of going in every possible way you could think of, and we're doing everything. And even last year when everybody said you absolutely can't do an event, everything has to be virtual, we did do an event. We actually did an event at the Rose Bowl, and we were lucky to be able to do it. Nobody got COVID. And this year we're going to do an event that's going to have a lot more freedom than last year, and everyone's going to have fun and have really something to remember. It's going to be epic.
It is going to be epic. Nancy, thank you for your time. If
anybody wants to get tickets, they can go on erasems.org or drive to erasems.org. You come in your car, you're going to get chairs that you can put out in front of your car, and they're going to be great beach chairs that you get to keep for the summer and take to the beach. And we also have really good goodies, and you're going to see the most fabulous people entertaining, and you're going to dance and just have a great memory. You're going to create the most beautiful memories under the stars, listening to Earth, Wind & Fire playing Shining Star.
It sounds like a perfect night. We'll put all of that information on BEOND.TV. You can participate in the event, buy your tickets, and you can also participate in the online auction. Nancy, again, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you're doing for us.